Hello and welcome to another episode of Badman Reviews, and today we're talking about something that I was not sure if I'd be able to talk about. Something I was so worried about that I couldn't control myself when I finally received the email stating something that you backed on Kickstarter has been updated. Yooka Laylee, for those of you who don't know, is something I backed a long time ago. It's basically made by the people who made Donkey Kong 64, Donkey Kong Country, Banjo-Kazooie, Conker's Bad Fur Day, all of those amazing games. It's made by Rare. It's made by, let me put it in a different term, it's made by a bunch of former members of Rare who no longer work for that company and decided to get together to give us another amazing collectathon in what we now have as Yooka Laylee. And it has been months, I mean months and months and months since we have heard anything from these guys at Playtonic Games. And Playtonic Games, not Platonic, Playtonic. And I was starting to assume that we wouldn't hear anything for a long time. We were supposed to get our ToyBox, which is our Kickstarter. If you paid a little bit more, Kickstarters were able to get the ToyBox, which was basically like a beta or demo of the game in its own right that allowed you to kind of get a feel for the game and play it before it came out. And we were supposed to get that back in January, and it didn't happen. I tried contacting them a few times, asking kind of what's going on, and just nothing. Radio silence for the longest time. And finally today, well not today, but a couple days ago, we learned what had been going on, and they have been hard at work making new content for this game and trying to push it out as fast as possible for us. And I'm really excited to share with you guys what I found. I really want to cover Yooka Laylee as much as possible, so for all your Yooka Laylee news, don't forget to subscribe. But let's continue on. So first off, we have an amazing picture just to start off of kind of, it looks like a snow world. It's very Christmassy. It'll be up on the screen right now for you guys to see. And it is fantastic. It looks beautiful and gorgeous. You can see just the snow castle in the background, the amazing lighting in the sky. It's like in HD Banjo-Kazooie. It looks amazing. I love the art style that they're going with for this game, and I love kind of, I don't know how to describe it. I want to say kind of clay look, but it's not really. It's kind of, it looks kind of like the characters are made out of clay, but it has a more glossy finish to it. I don't know how to explain it, but I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. I think the art style that they went with is fantastic. Kid-friendly, beautiful, colorful. It looks so good, and I love it so much. There's so much that they can do with this, and just by looking at this one screenshot of this snow level, I can see some amazing stuff coming in the future. When this game comes out, there's going to be so many instances where you're going to be playing and you're going to look and you're going to go, wow, that's beautiful. That is an amazing scene, and I'm blown away. I can't wait to actually get my hands on this and play it a little bit more. But they also have a few new things that they announced. First off, they announced the main villain of the game, which, if I can't get his name right, give me 1 second. I think it's Capital B. Give me 1 second to double check that though. Yes! Capital B, that is his name. Sorry about that, I just wanted to double check. He is our main villain, and it's funny because the game is basically taking what happened to Rare and turning it into a video game. Basically, there's this company named Quack Corp, and again, let me double check that. Yeah, I'm spot on with my facts. I'm just totally not, I'm doubting myself because I don't know, it's late at night, it's like, I don't know, 2 a.m., I'm tired, and you know, whatever. Yes, Quack Corp. There's this company called Quack Corp. They invent things. They're an amazing company. Everyone loves them. But eventually they get bought out by this other big company run by Capital B. And he makes Quack Corp into basically his evil henchman corporation that does super evil things for him. And that's kind of the gist of our game. But it's interesting if you think about it, because if you think of Quack Corp like Rare and Capital B's company as Microsoft, it's kind of like Microsoft buying out Rare and then using them to make crap games. And I love it. I think it's totally funny, and if that's what they were going for, it's perfect. I love it. I love what they're doing with it. And Capital B himself looks kind of interesting. I feel like he was designed after a bee, like Capital B, yes, but I feel like he was designed after a bee. I don't know, he's got the long nose, he's kind of yellowy, I don't know. He reminds me of an actual bee or a hornet or whatever you want to call it. And I definitely feel like a lot of the characters in this game are kind of going to be they're going to be based off of animals or other things. You can already see there's the snake character who sells you things in the game. There's obviously Yooka Laylee. There's an octopus. There's a car. There's just so much stuff. So I'm assuming this guy, he looks more human-like, but he's definitely based off of a bee. We also got our first look at Dr. Quack, who's basically a duck inside of a robot, which is kind of cool. I'm interested in what they're going to do with this character. He's basically a good guy, but he's had to turn bad because his company got bought out by a bad guy. And I want to see, like, later in the game him to start, like, I want him to be, like, evil, quacky guy at the beginning. And then later into the game, I want him to start getting, like, funnier and then nicer and to finally, like, kind of switch over to the good side close to the end of the game. And I want a lot of duck puns. I can't think of any off the top of my head right now, but I want duck puns. So many duck puns. You can't even quack about it. Don't even give a quack. That was bad. I'm sorry. So yeah, we got that character, and then we have another character who we don't really see. I'm guessing maybe it's this person in this picture. I'll kind of zoom in on it. Is basically Dr. Quack's understudy who worked with Dr. Quack, but once he started turning into a bad guy to help out Capital B, his understudy decides to basically leave and go on to do their own thing, which is basically like Mumbo Jumbo. They help you basically transform into different things in the game, which, I don't know, I don't want it to feel too much like Banjo-Kazooie, but I want it to be like Banjo-Kazooie. It's a hard thing. I don't want it to be exactly like Banjo-Kazooie, and I want a new experience, but at the same time, I would love for it to be like Banjo-Kazooie. We also got a good look at, not a good look, but kind of our first intro into how collectibles are going to work. There's basically a ton of quills that you can find to help upgrade your abilities and buy new, buy new things from the snake character. And you can buy these in any order, kind of play to your play style. You can play the game how you want, which is great. I also like how you'll be able to use these collectibles that you find to go back into earlier levels and expand them. Like, let's say you go into this snow level and it's kind of small off the beginning, it's just one area, and then you continue playing, you get more collectibles, and then you come back and you can spend those collectibles to make that world even bigger, so there's more to explore in that world. So if you like a specific world, you can explore that one more than others. Hopefully you'll be able to fully explore all of these worlds in one playthrough, and you won't just be locked into only being able to upgrade something so much. Like, let's say you have 5 worlds, and out of these worlds you can only upgrade them, like, I don't know, let's say 8 times. So how do I explain this? Let's say you have 5 worlds and each of them can be upgraded 5 times, but you're only allowed to upgrade them 8 times before you have to go fight the final boss, and that's what you're working towards. I hope it's not like that. I hope it's like you can fight the final boss whenever you want if you get enough collectibles. But if you want, you can keep collecting and keep expanding these worlds to explore before you fight the final boss, which is what I want, which is what I would love, especially for completionists and people who like to 100%. And for a collectible game, it's kind of the route that they should be going if that's what they want to do. Because us collectathon lovers are going to want to get everything. We're not going to want to have to do multiple playthroughs to be able to find everything and do all the stuff we want to do. You get what I'm trying to say here. Now, so I had to check something. I thought there was a date, but I was wrong. They announced what was going on with the ToyBox. They decided, instead of releasing it in January and having it kind of lackluster, they've expanded onto it even more than they had before, giving us even more things to play with, more stuff to do, more stuff to explore. And for those of you who don't know, this ToyBox isn't a demo. It's not like you get to play the game early, you get to play levels in the game. It's actually a custom-built area from the ground up, completely separate from the actual game. Nothing from the game is in this ToyBox. It's basically designed and made for us to test out and explore what Yooka Laylee might be like. And it was supposed to be out in January, but I guess they've decided to update it a little bit, make it a little bit better for us. And from what they've stated, we should be seeing it in a couple weeks, which I'm really excited about. And as soon as I get my hands on it, I will be uploading my impressions on it and my review on it, because again, I want to talk about Yooka Laylee and I want to talk about it as much as possible. And I'm really excited to finally get my hands on it, because I've been waiting since January to get my hands on it. But sometimes you just gotta wait, and I can deal with that. But that's kind of all the news we have today. Like I said, we got our new villain, we got a couple new screenshots of areas, and we got news on the ToyBox. So it's really great to finally hear something from Playtonic about the game and how it's going. And it's good to hear that my camera died, because it likes to do that because it's dumb. But yes, it's nice to hear from Playtonic that the game isn't kind of dead, that it's actually being worked on and it's moving very quickly, and we should be expecting it hopefully by the end of this year. I think was the release date. I think it was Q4 of 2016. So I'm really excited to finally be able to play this game a little bit in the demo, and then look forward to a full game and what they have to announce at E3, because they said that they'll be announcing some stuff there as well. So again, if you want to know more about Yooka Laylee, don't forget to subscribe, post in the comments below what you are most interested about Yooka Laylee for, what you want to see in the game the most. Post in the comments what you are thinking about that, because I like to know, and I'll try to reply to as many comments as possible. Don't forget to like and share this information, because knowledge is power. And I'll see you all in the next video.